that you should really get to know me. Like it if you would really get to know me. I think that you should know me. You can get to know me. I think that you should really get to know me. Like it if you would really get to know me. I think that you should know me. Know me.
You belong here. It's the phrase I've had to tell myself for so many years. I think that we get so used to being in the shadow of being behind or being not seen as much that we forget that we also have a space in this world. I'm very much introvert at times, um, but especially when it has to do with something like something grand, like with business and everything. Like it's so scary when I started my business. It was so scary because I didn't want to put my face to it. Like I didn't want to put my face out there where people know, oh, it belongs to her. And that's probably the craziest thing I've ever done or ever heard of, because why would you not want to own up to something that you believe in? Like why do you not want to accept something that you work so hard to establish? I think there are areas, or there are times when we are so afraid of the opinions of other people that we allow it to keep us from really going after our goal. We keep it from, or keeping us hidden or in the shadows, as I say. A lot of people know me, like know that I'm very much behind the scenes. I don't need accolades. I don't need recognition. None of that stuff. None of that tickles me at all. Um, so I don't know what happened, but when 2023 came in, like I tell you no lie, when it came in, I immediately felt like, yeah, yeah, this is your year. I immediately felt that way. Like it was nothing that nothing could, even when I had, some sad or down moments, like nothing made me feel like, girl, you tripping. No, it's like I know that I have a space here. Like there's something for me here and I belong. So I have pushed myself. I pushed myself, like starting in January. I did lives for my business, and which is absolutely out of the norm for myself. But because I know there's another level and another place that I'm going to have to step outside my comfortability and out of the box, that, and even out of the, my comfort, to even take on to what God wants me to do, I have to be able to be uncomfortable and actually still work in my uncomfortability. Like I have to be able to still do it regardless of how I feel, because there's a place that I'm trying to get to. So if you're like me and you are not sure, or you have been not sure of what your purpose is, or what this life has to offer you, I challenge you to rethink that and ask yourself, what do you have to offer the world? We all have a purpose. We all have some God-given gift that he has planted inside of us, and our goal is to, we're supposed to use it. We're supposed to find out what it is, and we're supposed to work in that area. So I challenge you to rethink. Don't just look at, oh, what does the world can do? What can the world do for me? But look at it and ask yourself, what can you do for the world? What do you have? What gift do you have inside of you that the world could use? Whether it be your kindness, whether it be your creativity, whether it be your positive affirmation. Like it's something. There is something that you have a God-given gift to do, that you was designed to use. So I want you to all know that you belong. Like we belong here. We belong. There's a space for us. There's so many different avenues in social media they've been creating, and I've just been snatching them all up because I'm like, at this point, ain't nothing stopping me. Like nothing, nothing. And I just reassured myself, there's nothing that's going to stop me but me. Like if I stop or if I quit, it's because I chose to do it. But there's nothing in this world that I will allow to stop me. I've overcome so much. I've overcome so much that I can't even see myself going back to that place. So I have no choice but to move forward. I have no choice but to walk in purpose. I have no choice but to live life and actually live and utilize every tool and every gift and every creative avenue that God has given me to work in this world. I have a space. My voice is important. My life is important. What I have to say is genuine and important. You know, I want this platform to be a space, a community where we can be honest about where we are, what we've overcome, and how and what we're using, what tools are we using to keep us in a good place, to put us in a better situation. I think, and that's what's wrong with a lot of people. It's like we're not honest. We're not honest with our past. I don't know if it's that we're afraid of what people are going to say or how they're going to judge our past. Like I do not care. I really don't care anymore. I use what you will, say what you want. One thing I know for sure is that God don't play about me. And you might want to watch your mouth when you speak it on me. And that's a fact. That is a fact. So because I have such assurance in that, and how God deals with me and how God really takes care of me. I don't have to. I'm not worried about what anybody has to say about what I'm doing, and I don't let that be my focus anymore. Words do hurt. And I'm sure sometimes we're gonna have those people who have these things, especially if you care about them. They may say something that really knocks you off course, but at the end of the day, we still have to take our position. We still have to take our position and make sure that we are fully committed to, regardless of what was said, to walking in our purpose and living and making sure that we are present in this moment. We Black women are also so much overlooked. We're underrated. There's already so much that Black men and women, but Black women, there's always so much that we're not looked at for. I dare not look down on myself. I dare not allow myself to think of me in such a negative way that the world thinks of me. So I want you to know that you belong here. There is a space for you and I. There is a space, there is a time, there is a moment. You have a God given talent, a God given gift, a God given purpose. And we are really supposed to be like really honing in on what it is that we're supposed to be doing so that we can encourage the next person. I know every test, every situation I've been through in my life, it's been hard as crap at times. Like I really don't even know how I've overcame a lot of the things that I have, but I have learned that I'm going to be able to use my situation and my story to encourage the next young lady and the next woman and the next person, and show them that, yeah, life hit me hard. Life happened. Yes, it did. But I didn't let life keep me bound, didn't let life stop me from maneuvering in the path that I feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be doing. Like knocked me off course for a little while, but I didn't stay there. And that's what's important. That's just like that scripture, the race isn't given to the swift and the strong, but the one who endures to the end. I think for a long time, I always felt like I had to meet this mark by a certain time. I had to meet this, I gotta be here by this certain age. I 100% used to feel that like I would feel so terrible because I'm like, God, I keep trying and it's just not working. And I keep getting knocked down. I see all these people getting blessed and they just excelling in their business and their strategy is amazing. Like, God, I couldn't come up with that. Like I found myself really like just beating up on myself. Like, girl, chill out. But it took me a while. It took me really taking a step back and being knocked down to really see that I wasn't I wasn't in the race with nobody, but I wasn't Of course, it's just was not the time. I do believe that we we don't need to do, sometimes we aren't going to achieve like certain goals at a certain time because we may not be fully prepared for that. We might not be able to handle them. And I know for sure, years ago when I really wanted to be this, I knew for mentally I was not prepared. I was not able to. I didn't have the mental capacity to be able to handle such success. Like I would have not. I dealt with so much internally and emotionally, and it bogged me down. Like I would have probably destroyed every single thing that God gift, whatever that I've done. I probably would have destroyed it. And that's an honest. I can be honest and say that, and very transparent. So I've learned that it's okay to, maybe I may be a little older than some people who are getting to this space, but that doesn't matter. There is no age, there is no race, there is no competition, with anybody. It's okay to start late. It's okay to get there a little later than you expected to. Everything that I mapped out and I planned did not go as I expected it because I was trying to do it. And once I stepped back and really realized that, girl, God really needed to heal a lot of wounds that I had. I'm still healing. I'm still evolving. I'm still growing. Um, but there is some stuff that he really had to deal with me on within myself, so that I can even get to this point where I can talk about it, where I can really deal with myself. I can really um, manage things a lot better. It took a while. It took a while, but I struggled in the beginning, and I know that I'm not the only one. So I want to encourage you, like, don't give up on yourself because what you might have mapped out for yourself didn't happen when you expected it to. Trust that there was a plan. Trust that, there's a perfect plan specifically for you. And if it didn't happen then, it may be a good thing. Maybe you were not fully prepared. Maybe you not wasn't able to comprehend, maybe not be able to take care of it in the way it needed to be cultivated and taken care of. But you got to know that you just got to keep going. You got to keep going and trust when it's your time. When it's time, you'll know. When it's that time comes, when you're able to just see everything just falling in place. Watch and see how you act. Watch and see how you care for it. I bet your whole mental space, like you're going to be in a whole a whole better situation where you're able to really, take care of it in a better, better than you would have probably had before. So trust yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Don't feel like you can't do it if you don't make it by this age or whatever. I'm closely knocking on 40. I know, girl, I don't look like it. I know I got some good genes. But but seriously, like I really believe that I would have hit a certain mark when I turned like 30, and that's 7 years ago. And I'm still not where I want to be, but I can see so much progress. And I tell everybody all the time, little progress is progress. Even a step is progress. And I'm even excited and thrilled because when I know before I would have like gave up, I just feel like this ain't it. This ain't work for me. Like it's just taking too long. But now I'm in a better space where I know that it's not the time that matters. It's not the length of time that it's going to take me to get here that really is important. It's the quality, it's the education, it's the nurturing, it's the information. Like it's everything else that I've had to grow and learn along my way to get all the knowledge and the understanding and the tools and the resources to make sure that I'm able to make sure things are working together properly. It's what I needed before I'm able to be at that place that I wanted to be 7 years ago. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the delays. I'm grateful for it. So that's what I tell you. Like, be grateful for the delays. Be grateful for the timing of God. We get grateful for the things that was said no to. Every no isn't terrible. Every no is not a bad thing. There were some blessings in the no's that I received, and I'm just very grateful. So I just encourage you all to trust the process. Trust yourself. Don't beat yourself down and feel like you just can't make it because you're older, or you feel like you're late bloomer and starting to do something. No, we all have a space here in this world, and everybody has their own individualized gift and individualized thing that they have that they're going to bring to the table. And just as long as you're trusting that, as long as you're trusting yourself and trusting God and what it is that you are here to do, then everything will fall into place at the perfect time. And that's what I wanted to share today. I hope this was inspiring to some of you, or to you all who are listening. Um, it was to me. I feel like a lot of times we just have to talk to ourselves. I talk to myself. You know how they say when you get older, like you find yourself like talking to yourself. Like I didn't really think I was gonna do that, but as I got older, I see what they mean. But I do. I talk to myself a lot. I talk to God a lot. I just talk and I listen, and I think that's really helped me a lot. And I know it may sound crazy, like that's really helped me a lot. Like I've talked to myself and talked to God just by myself. I feel like I'm just talking all over the place, but I sit back and I really listen. I just listen to hear, listen to get an understanding, listen to make sure there's um, that everything's right. That you know what I mean. I don't even know how to explain that, but it's important to take time to listen. And you will definitely be guided in the right direction. I do believe that. So, but again, thank you guys for just just sitting here and chit chatting with me. This is just the Queen and Me podcast, and we're all queens. We're all evolving. We're all working towards this common goal of finding out, or finding ourselves again, or growing, or evolving into something more. And it's a beautiful thing when you can, just because you're evolving or you're growing doesn't mean that you wasn't grown, or you wasn't, at a good place. It just means that we all can always have something to, we always can get better at something. Just like when you have a job and you've learned, how you do your job out of the back of your hand, but then they pop out these continuing education things that you have to do to kind of refresh your memory and stuff like that, or refresh, or give you like some insight on what with a job. And you might be like, I mean, I know how to do the job already. Why are they got to me like this training? Well, it's the same. It's just want to make sure that you are well versed. So that there's anything new that came up, then they want to make sure that you're knowledgeable so that you can continue to do the best that you can do at your job. And that's the same as it is with evolving. It's the same. I might feel like I'm my best self. I know how to handle certain situations better, and I may have to, do that and the other. But I do also feel like there's a point where there's other people and teachers and resources and tools that can also teach us, and it's just like the Bible, teach us and a better way to handle things, or a better way to look at things. And it helps us in the long run because we're able to not just uh, speak to respond, but really think about what it is we want to say and make sure our words are edifying and not just some words that come out of our mouth sideways. But yeah, so I just want to share that with you guys today. Wasn't much, but I was thinking about it, so I said I'm going to share it. Why not? And I'm sorry, guys. I got to get used to this new screen. So if you see me looking away from the camera, it looks like I'm looking at all of the places because I'm getting used to this new system setup. So bear with me. But thank you guys for just chit chatting with me. I'm really excited about this new season that we have coming up. I don't even think I'm going to call it a season, because, I know we go through different phases and seasons in our lives, but I do feel like this particular momentum that we're on with 2023, I mean, it's up. So it's like, I don't want to classify the season because I feel like everything that we're going to learn in this area, in this season in our life, is going to teach us, it's going to build us, it's going to mold us, it's going to cultivate us, it's going to educate us, it's going to help us grow and evolve. I think it's going to do a lot of different things. And also, I just feel like we're going to see all the great things that are to come. Like I feel like we're gonna be able to tap into every single thing this year like we want to do. So we just got to step out there and pop out, as I've been saying today, like this I pop out year. Listen, I'm a very much behind the scenes person. I don't need accolades. I don't need people saying my name, say I did this and that, the other. I don't need that. I've never have needed that type of recognition. But because I do believe that I'm moving in another direction when it comes to these different platforms that I have, and especially with the podcast, I have to be comfortable being uncomfortable, being in front of the camera, or speaking to people, or sharing just different little nuggets with everybody. So that's what I intend on doing. Like, I'm not allowing anybody, ain't nobody in the world that I will allow to stop me this time. There's no way. There's no way. I've been through too much. As I said before, I mean, I've been through too much, and there's nobody that I will allow, I don't care who you are, to keep me from where I'm going. Where Nobody. And I challenge you to do the same. Thanks again for tuning in. It's the Queen and Me podcast. It's up and we stuck all 2023 and beyond. So I'll catch you guys with the season opener. Make sure you tune in, listen on any platform that you love, listen to podcasts on. We are on every single one of them. We've been around for a while, but if you're new, this may be new to you, but you have a lot of episodes you can go back and listen to. I'm a big encourager. I'm your motivational friend. I'm going to be your pusher. I'm going to be transparent. I'm going to show you that regardless of what life may have thrown at you, that you can still come out victorious. Um, it's up, baby. It's up. So, welcome back. We out.